Hello everyone, and welcome to Wildermyth. Wildermyth came out recently, and I know next to nothing about it, apart from that it's a party-based role-playing game, and it's kind of procedurally generated in part. I'll read the Steam blurb for you, just so you have a better idea of what's going on. Wildermyth follows heroes over their whole careers, from their pitchfork days to their powerful primes, and on into old age and memory. It is a party-based procedural storytelling RPG where tactical combat and story decisions will alter your world and reshape your cast of characters. So with that, let's see what we're dealing with here. We want a new story, and I guess we're going to start at the beginning with the Age of Ulstrix. A 3-chapter story that is geared towards new players. Face off against the implacable Gorgon leader, Ulstrix. Main enemy, Gorgons. Difficulty, we'll stick with Adventurer for now. We can customize with Combat and Campaign. Interesting. Carved in stone, only one save file. Every decision is permanent. No retrying after game over. This would be how I would traditionally play stuff, but since this is the very first time we're going in, and I've not played any of it before, we're going to save Carved in Stone for maybe next time, but let's just do the learning part first. So, we can pick our party. Future Warrior, Future Hunter, Future Mystic. Do we get to edit these if we want? We can. Name and details, we can do gender and non-binary, body type, voice, attractions, random romances, children. There's a lot to take in here. And so that's all your kind of visual stuff. In stats, oh my, okay, we've got a lot of stats. Health, 6, speed, left leg, right leg, human and upbringing. Recovery rate 1 health every 3 to 6 days. Retirement age of 45, human. Armor and warding, dodging and blocking. Melee ranged, stunt chance. Percentage chance that attacks will inflict additional damage and stunt effects. Bonus damage, spell damage, potency, charisma, tenacity, and all kinds of stuff relating to personal traits, I suppose. We can see relationships as they evolve, the history of our person, customize their body type and whatnot, and then kind of parts of who they are. So we're just going to take this person, we're going to call them Gothic, and we'll use them. Our hunter, I'm assuming we're going to have all the same kind of stuff, maybe at different numbers and rates and whatnot. It says that all this stuff is for human, so I don't know if later on we'll have characters and heroes that are more than human, different than human, but we're just going to call this person Faith, as is tradition. And for our Mystic, I've changed my mind. The Mystic is going to be Gothic. And this person is going to be Kite. Alright. We're not going to reroll everything. Advanced starting calamities. Oh god. Let's go with 0. Sure. Start with that. Takes a bit of time to put all this together. Then I shall jump cut for you. It got there immediately as soon as I unjump cut. This book, there's room in it for another story. It's cold. I'm stuck here. Why not scribble in a book anyway? No one's going to read it. That'll make this the beginning. Here in Yendering Country? Yondering Country. Something in the woods is very strange. Startled only by the rustic rustle of mice among the thorn, a young man named Kite takes the seasonal road of the town to Wickghost. New blankets, new candles, order a chair made, have the carpenter's kids deliver it. It'll be too cozy Too cozy to move. In my shadowless room, next winter, I'll make everyone visit me. Breeze is light that day, birds are timid. In fact, the whole world is taking a breath, ready to leap in the sea. I'm there already, huh? Here's the hard part. Getting Faith out of bed. Hopefully it's just her in there. And hopefully she's wearing clothes this time. Or else That's smoke? Fluttering flames roost among the far-off rooftops. Kite hurries towards them, thinking of Faith, a young woman who he's known since boyhood. Choose. Watch me worry and she's fine. She must have tried to cook breakfast again. I'm really running towards the fire for her. I think she probably tried to cook breakfast. Faith, you alright? I'll get you out. Just make a little noise. Constructing mission. Okay. Hero has an action left. Hero has no more actions left, green and yellow. A hero can do a single move, which takes one action, or a double move, which takes both actions. XCOM rules apply. All heroes get to take their turns in any order, and then all enemies take their turns. Okay. So we'll move forward 4 spaces. We have move, attack scenery, and done and wait. Objectives are listed in the top bar. Hover over to get more details. Put out fires. Stand next to a fire and use extinguish to put it out. Click the extinguish button on the ability bar, then click the fire. Simple enough. Alright, and we're just going to keep moving towards the door. I assume when everything gets greyed out, that's kind of when the turn would change. Open door. Hopefully the whole thing doesn't explode. Her house is still standing at least. Faith? Wick Ghost is in flames. Are you in there? Faith, thump. He doesn't know. Why is no one... The door unlocks. Hey, do you not smell the... I smell the smoke, get inside. Yeah. There's things in the streets. You didn't see any? Like monsters, I don't know. I've got one trapped behind... Ah! Behind the house. We'll burn in here. Can we... I mean, we could try and fight it? Right. So here, I've got some tools around. You're stronger than I am. You can swing something pretty good. I bet we can at least drive it off. Ooh. Pitchfork, axe, pickaxe, or frying pan. I think keeping the creature at arm's length. I'll take the range of a pitchfork. Just be ready when we open that door. Foe cards. Row. Hooves thrown sloppily around beneath it. It runs staggering below its agony, bellowing its agony. Kill the beast. Is it behind this door? Revealed. Reduced damage. Stand adjacent to an ally to wall with them. Walling reduces incoming combat damage by 1 and does not stack. Alright, so we've got a paladin defense-y kind of thing going on. We can move through friendly space. We now have Faith. Faith takes aim at a foe with her farm bow. I guess we have to have line of sight to do that. Woof, that's half of our damage. Some scenery grants cover. Scenery gives partial cover or good cover, provides protection against attacks. Attacks passing through the scenery have a chance to damage the scenery instead of the unit. And we can rotate with right click, even if it's only through half of the plane. So, kite, strike. Excellent. Victory. And we get some XP, it seems. Kite is now a greenhorn warrior. Choose an ability. Warriors like Kite are built hardy, enduring, with a natural aptitude for battle. They develop powerful techniques for close combat. Battle Dance. Passive. Kite melee attacks only cost Kite 1 action. Raider. Active. As a swift action, Kite can start a fire on an empty tile or break a piece of adjacent scenery, dealing 1 damage to all foes adjacent to the scenery. Damage 1 plus half bonus battle damage plus potency. Stalwart. Active. As a swift action, Kite can enable or disable Stalwart, which grants +3 armor and warding, but reduces his speed by half. Let's go simple. We'll make attack actions only cost 1 action, then perhaps we can maybe take 2. Faith has grown stronger. Hunters like Faith thrive in the wild, surviving through stealth and peerless archery. They master their surroundings and bring down large quarry. Choose an ability. Faith is now a greenhorn hunter. Fox Flight. Passive or active. Faith has +1 speed. Once per combat, as a swift action, activate to dodge the next 2 attacks against her. Quelling Moss. Passive active. Faith has coated her weapon in Quelling Moss. Her physical attacks apply Poison 1. As an action, she can toss a flask of burning moss that applies Poison 1 to all units in an area. Poisoned. Target takes damage every turn. Thornfang. Once per turn, Faith is refunded an action point after a melee kill. I quite like the sound of Thornfang. If we can kill something and then take another attack after a kill, that sounds great to me. We found a Stormflint Cloak. Augment potency 0.7. A flashy cloak that shimmers in the sunlight. Who gets it? What is potency? Damage added to interfusion attacks. Also factored into some abilities. Let's give it to Kite. Sure. The Tower in the Hills. You're about to get very popular. The creature's death is quiet. It seems to slip from life in a few stunned, hazy blinks. They'll spend a piece of the day getting the flames under control. The damage isn't as bad as it could have been. Townsfolk emerge from hiding to fight fires and clear debris. Some full of curiosity, others visibly haunted by what they've seen. We should go. Gothic is alone. Unless you think... I'm not sure who's safer. Suddenly... He's at the ruined tower by now. I'm thirsty, and this place is in rough shape. Others can take care of it, but Gothic will be waiting for us. What happened today could be happening everywhere, couldn't it? Something about that tower, it's just stuck in my mind. It's like when you get an apple skin in your teeth. Is it really? Huh? Yeah. Anyway, I think... We said we would meet him. We should. The tower is in the hills. You've been there. Yeah, once. Actually, looking at the tracks, they come and they go that direction. Kite and Faith follow the pounded path of monstrous feet, hoping for the best, and dreading every other possibility. Just be breathing, okay? So we can all yell and go home. Let him be alive and unhurt. Gothic, you said you'd be fine. Don't make me call you a liar. Just be alive, dude. Just be alive. A wordless while passes between them, but the quiet only heightens their worry. You've known Gothic longer than I have. He's pretty capable, I feel like. Yeah, Gothic's a little broody sometimes, but he doesn't often disappoint me, you know? Weird things do tend to happen around him, but I'd say he's probably up there now. Figuring things out. And we have an overworld. Scouting. In order to find sites in the wilderness, heroes must scout the land, which takes time. Click an unscouted tile to show the scout action. So, find Gothic at the old tower. So we know this is going to be the area we need to go, and there are these other areas which we can probably visit later, but I think finding Gothic is probably far more pertinent. So Kite is going to do some scouting, I guess. Gothic is 0 days away. Faith is 12 days away, and Kite is 14 days away. I don't know away from where or what, but sure. We'll take Faith, because we can. And we'll take Kite. So if we close these guys out, I guess we're filling these slots from this roster on the left. That makes way more sense. So we can't take Gothic yet because he's not joined the party. So we'll take the 2 heroes we have, and let's go. The previous night. The tower where Gothic had arranged to meet Kite and Faith is a place he often used to escape as a boy. He knows its rooms and floors so well. He could survive them being chased through them. And now I suppose I wait. Dust gets deep as rain puddles in here. Alive is alive until that beast breaks through. At least you're not so loud. The tower is an heirloom of an earlier people. The locals have lost the legend of it. Maybe the boast of some long-dead despot whose name has sunk in the river. But as the old will tell you, precious things go overlooked in a ruin. What lodges amid the bones of failure is often the dream that drove it. That book. Why have I never... Gwonk! Easy there. I guess you're wondering why I'm talking to myself, huh, beast? I'm also wondering. Gothic bends to pull it loose. That's when... The book's heavier than slender spine suggests. Wildermyth. Look at all this. It's full of strange stories. The folklore of folk long forgotten. The candlelight leaping. Strikes no significant bell. It's the weird story of a child watching candlelight against the ceiling and wishing himself through it to a far realm without grown-ups. The Tears of Oak Woman is a weird rootless tragedy of a woman made of oak who stands on a sea cliff and is eaten by termites as she waits for her driftwood love to wash ashore. The flotsam beauty floats forever past the edge of the incoming tide. The Wicker Ghost Dancer claims there once danced a woman in so many spinning circles that she stopped moving, and everything else began to turn instead. Gothic reaches the last word of the final tale. A few pages are left blank. This book. Something in him feels like what's coming loose, but he can't exactly feel what. There's room in it for another story. It's cold. I'm stuck here. That'll make this the beginning. Here in my yondering country, Gothic writes, words are ready. Omen have formed in the fabric of everything, and he's beginning to recognize them now. Some are just misgivings. They've crept through his body like the sourceless aches one wakes with. Others are more substantial. Now they seem lightning plain, a promise of thunder. For those the black wild woods where birds once belled. A hateful silence. Churns. Pain lights Gothic's head. Subsides. I made it to morning? He lowers his bleary eyes. His story lies before him in luminous script. Empty pages have sprouted behind it. Why do I feel powerful? He pulls the spoon from his pocket, plus spoon. He slides a branch from the rubble. It's sturdy and has a palm-loving twist. I mean, you go with the spoon. Open wide, beast. I'm getting out of here. Foe cards. Rager. It charges without seeing, misshapen tusks swinging wildly. Use interfusion to kill from a distance. So, we have a bunch of scenery around us. We have revealed the creature. Interfuse with an object to use the object to attack. Use the interfuse ability to connect with fire or scenery. Different types of scenery give different effects and abilities. Many of these let you use the scenery to damage enemies. So if we interfuse with a brazier, 2 of 2 health, 4 warding, partial cover. Lamp fire, steel fire, basic interfusion, 5 magic damage, 4 range. The restless fire is unleashed on a nearby tile, burning where it lands and dealing half damage to units it passed through. So now we can extinguish, interfuse, we can steal the fire from the lamp. But we cannot see our foe to target them. Stop interfusing with a target. This allows you to interfuse with a new target. And they are hidden behind this wall. Maybe we need to destroy it. Curious. Alright, let's just keep moving then. Maybe we're waiting for it to try and... Oh, we can attack scenery, but this whole piece here doesn't seem to want to be attacked. I'm very confused. Oh, perhaps we have to interfuse with the things on the other side of the divide. And now we can attack the thing that is out of our traditional range. That's interesting. So we just have to find various things in this room that we can attack the Rager with. Splinter Blast is AoE, but not where we can attack it. So we need to wait for it to kind of get into a position where we can actually attack it with something. So we'll withdraw from this bookcase and instead interfuse with the one that's closer to it. And having done that, we can now Splinter Blast in Rage of the Rager. And then we can do the same trick twice with this bunch of hammers. Excellent. And we too have gained some experience or something. And we have become a Greenhorn Mystic. As a Mystic, Gothic has acquired a knack for interfusing his spirit with the earthly things, drawing on these bonds to enact formidable magics. Ignite. Gothic pulls motes of heat out of the air and gathers them into a single point, creating an interfused blaze on a tile with debris. Vigor Flow. Passive. For each interfused object, Gothic's physical attacks gain +2 damage. Interfused objects take 1 damage whenever a physical attack is used. Mythweaver. Advanced interfusions. Statues have +1 potency per interfused statue. Garb, 50% chance mystic reflects damage while interfused. Books, active lore dump. Textiles, greater constrict. Let's go with Ignite. Keep it simple for now. And we found a Ring of Chivalry, armor 0.5. I will equip that quite happily. Right, with the rest of our party gathered, join me next time to see how they will meet to become one and what adventures they can get into when they are together as a full party. Thank you ever so much for watching. This has been a little different to the kind of SOLASTA, Baldur's Gate 3 stuff, but hopefully once we're through some of this narrative, we'll have a bit more of a balance between storytelling and the combats and other interactions. If you enjoyed this, please do let me know in the comments or by pressing that like button. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.